Many get confused like at this step. They don't know, should they start with the eyes or the face first? Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Haja, a passionate makeup artist and online instructor. My job is to make your life easier with makeup hacks, tips and tricks. So in case you're looking for that, make sure to follow my journey on this channel. In today's video, I want to discuss in which order you as a beginner should apply your makeup. Because based on my experience as a makeup artist, that is a topic where many beginners struggle, which I absolutely understand. Hence, in this video, we apply makeup in the correct order using my brand's own new 12 pieces makeup brush set. That way, you'll not only learn the correct order of the makeup application, but also get to know how to use your brushes properly. Grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee and a notebook and write down bullet points to the steps so you'll never get irritated again as a beginner. Let's get started. So the first step of the correct makeup order is to apply your skincare. I'm going for the brand Aven called Anti-Rougeurs Emulsion. It's a soothing emulsion with an SPF of 30, which I need in the daytime. I basically start off with my moisturizing cream and apply it all over my face. I have to admit my skin has improved since I have changed my diet. I'm kind of on an intermittent fasting diet, almost for 4 months now, and I see really good improvements in my skin. Like my pores are smaller and I have less breakouts. For the next step, I'm using the Aven Soothing Eye Contour Cream. This is my favorite. I've been using this like for some months now, and I really like how under my eyes it's more like smooth and soft, and when I apply concealer on, it gets less creasy than in the past. So in case you don't use any eye cream, you should better be starting, because that will help your makeup application also to look really smooth around the eyes. The third step of our makeup application, I'm going to use a primer by NYX called the Angel Way Primer. It's a skin perfecting primer, which basically means it will smooth out your skin and make it look better when makeup is applied. Only I would advise you to really use a thin layer, especially from this primer. Otherwise, it starts to feel slippery, which doesn't feel good when your foundation is on. So I mainly apply this on my T-zone and a little on my cheek area, because that is basically where I need my skin to look smooth. Other than that, I'm really happy with this primer because it really does its job well. And now I also understand why the reviews are so good. Many get confused like at this step. They don't know, should they start with the eyes or the face first? Actually, there is no rule to that, since it's all about preferences, but my experience is that you should start with the eyes if you're planning to do or to go for an occasional makeup look with like more dramatic eyes, darker eyeshadows on, and eyeliner and all the good things. That is why you should do the eyes first so that you can clean all the fallouts. That is my tip. But if you're applying your daily makeup and you're not going too heavy on the eyes, you can start off first with your face and then your eyes. I'm going to start with my highlight and contour, and I will explain that to you guys in a second. For that, I'm going to use my multitasking buffer brush. So for the concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Instant Eraser Concealer in the shade 02. Going to apply a little here and a little here and on my eyelids as well. Going to apply this here. Going to apply this here and a little bit around my nose. That's That's mainly where I contour because of my face shape. Okay, now that's when I'm going to start use my all-arounder favorite brush, because with this brush you can apply all kind of your cream products on bigger surfaces like your face. Yeah, that works really well when you want to apply your foundation or your contour and highlight. So the idea of applying your highlight and contour beneath your foundation is really to make it look overall more natural and harmonious. So everything, every product melts into each other really well, and that way you also just need really not a lot of foundation, and you will also not need really full coverage foundation. Your lightweight foundation will really look well on your skin and cover any impurities. The thing also is, when you're going to apply your foundation first and then your contour, cream contour like this, you need to blend more so that your contour is like blended well, and that will take you also more time and effort. And this is why this technique of applying your foundation on top of your highlight and contour will really look nice and save you time. I love how this buffer brush blends in the cream products without leaving any brush strokes in your face. If you're a fan of cream or fluid blushes, you could also apply it on your cheeks right now and then apply the foundation on top. So my next step is foundation. I'm going to use the one by L'Oreal Perfect Match in the shade Golden Beige. A little of this product goes a long way. That is why you don't need a lot of it. And because we have applied our concealer and our contour already, that is why we don't want to cover it with layers of foundation. Otherwise, we will have a mask effect. I'm going mainly to focus on the center of my face and here maybe on the cheeks, but not a lot on the areas I've applied my contour, since I really want it to look warm. So in case you don't know, guys, I'm an online makeup instructor. I have a course online where you can enroll in and learn makeup artistry from 0 to hero. I have over 6,000 students enrolling in the makeup artistry course, and yeah, they're all happy, I'd say. So in case you're looking for an educational video that goes into detail when it comes to makeup artistry, then I would highly suggest you to preview my course online. I have the link down below in the description box. So yeah, I would be happy to meet you in my makeup artistry course. Do you see what I mean? It looks more natural that way. You don't have those maybe harsh edges, especially if you're a beginner. You don't notice such things. It comes really with experience, but as you can see, when you follow this technique, you don't see any hard edges on your face. It just doesn't look like a blank canvas, because that is what foundation does when you apply it first. Your face just loses its structure and its dimension, so it looks really flat, and that is why we go ahead and apply contour and highlight to give it some dimension. And but with this technique, I have to admit, it's much easier to have a fully seamlessly blended look. So before going on with blush and bronzer and highlighter, I'm going to use my translucent powder beneath my eyes and on my eyelid to set my concealer and maybe also mattify my nose, because that is the most shiny part of my face. For that, I will use Alpha Makeup's multi-use domed round brush. This brush really works well for powder products when applying your translucent powder or powder in general, and when you want to apply your blush on your cheek area, plus maybe your highlighter on the cheekbones. By the way, they're made of synthetic hair and are 100% cruelty-free and vegan. Plus, they come in a leather vegan cosmetic bag, so you have them stored safely and well organized in your kit. So for the bronzer, I'm going for the Hoola Contourist palette. I'm using the Hoola Caramel shade from My Skin Shade. For the brush, I'm using an angled bronzer brush by Alpha Makeup. This angled shading brush really works well for when you want to contour your nose or here your eyes on the edges here, because that will help them to lift. Going to start with my nose. I like my nose to look not contoured but warm, you know, and that's really well achieved with bronzer. I switched back to my multi-use domed round brush and I'm going to apply my blush by Makeup Revolution palette in the shade Peachy Pink, I'd say. And yeah, I'm going to apply it on my cheek area just by smiling nicely and applying the blush in circular motion towards my ears and temples. This one is from Natasha Denona called Face Glow Cream Shimmer in the shade 02, I think, or medium. It's called medium beige. Preferably don't apply highlighter if you have like bumps or big pimples, because that will make them the highlight of your face. So now we switch to the brows, and for the brows I'm going to use the Benefit KA Brow Pomade in the shade 3. And for that I'm going to use the double-sided angled brush by Alpha Makeup and fill in my brows and shape them. You could also apply eyeliner gel with this brush. You will get like a more bold winged eyeliner if you're like that. Basically all the brushes in the set are multi-use brushes, and that is what I love about them, because when you're on the go or when you're planning to travel and you don't have much space, and then you're good to go with only 4 brushes from this set, because you can apply a complete makeup look with only those 4 brushes since they're all multifunctional. So on top I'm using the 24 Hours Brow Setter by Benefit and just fix my brows, brushing them upwards. Which brow do you prefer? I know this one looks a little thick and too full right now, just because we haven't applied our eye makeup. That is why it doesn't look balanced. I'm going to apply a thin layer of my eye primer by Urban Decay called Primer Potion. I'm going to set it with the translucent powder by Laura Mercier and my round domed brush. So first of all, I'm going to use a bright shade from the Tarte Lid palette in Bloom. I really love this palette for my daily makeup or also occasional makeup, because it has really nice neutral brown shades that fits to any skin shade. So I'm going for the shade, let me see, Smarty Pants. I think this is a nice warm nude shade. By the way, I'm using the Alpha Makeup large shade up brush for that. The eyeshadows applied really perfectly on the mobile lid without falling out. I want to lift my eyes, that is why I'm going for a brown smoky eyeliner. Not an eyeliner, but it has the shape of an eyeliner. So for that I'm using the smudge up brush by Alpha Makeup, and I will dip it into the shade Rebel first, and then maybe we will go darker to Leader maybe. Yeah, going to apply this shade on the outer edge of my eyes. Remember, this is a daily makeup look. That is why we don't want to go heavy on the eyes. Now I have hooded eyes. That is why I focus on the outer edge of my eyes, because that is where my skin covers my lid. And then I'm going to go for a little flick, which is not so obvious, because as I said, it's daily makeup and we don't want it or need it to look that intense or perfect. And yeah, that is basically it for the flick. Now I'm going to use my classic fluffy blending brush by Alpha Makeup and blend the hard edges on top of this. As I mentioned previously, I want to go a little darker on my lash line, and that is why I'm using the shade Leader from the palette with the same smudger brush. I also want to line my lower lash line with this eyeshadow shade. That is why I'm going to smudge a little of color on the outer part of my lower lash line. For the mascara, I'm using the Sky High Maybelline mascara, which is going viral on TikTok, and I understand why, because it is really good. So that's it for the mascara step. I'm going to apply my false lashes by Kiss. I got them yesterday. They are called Lash Couture Faux Mix Collection in a little black dress. Just apply your false lashes in the center of your eyes or on top of your lash line in the center. And then you go ahead and fix the ends and the beginning of the lashes to make them stick to your skin. You go ahead and apply a lash curler to press your lashes together so they look well blended into each other. Now, as you can see, I haven't applied eyeliner, and that is why here on this edge you will see that it doesn't blend well with my lash line. Here it looks so dark, and then here it turns out so light, and that is when I go in with black kohl liner, a creamy one by L'Oreal called Le Cool, and then I'm going to just line the upper waterline. Okay, so last step would be the lips. I don't use a lip liner, but you could. And the reason why I don't is because I'm going to use a gloss, and I'm going to use a nude lip shade. If you're going for darker shades, like berry shades or red shades or brown shades, maybe you should use a lip liner just to have a nice contour and apply your lipstick precisely without any stains. But as I'm going to use a nude lipstick, that's when you don't have to worry. That is why I'm going for the e.l.f. Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Blushing Rose. So I could leave it like that, matte. I actually wear matte lipsticks on a daily basis when I'm going out. But because I'm not going out, I'm going to use a lip gloss on top. I'm using the one from Fenty Beauty, Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. So that's basically the look, I'd say, but we're not done yet, since we need to use our setting spray. And yes, a setting spray is a must, since it will lock in your makeup and doesn't make it move or slippery or fade off in the course of the day. And I hope that's what you want after applying your makeup for a half an hour. I'm using the one from NYX called Matte Finish Setting Spray. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was informative enough for you and you've learned a lot from it. If you're looking for some high quality brushes for your kid, then I highly recommend you to check the link down below in the description box and try out the Alpha Deluxe makeup quality brushes yourself. Furthermore, you can have a complete makeup artistry education on Alpha Makeup Academy with me as your instructor. As mentioned previously, I have a 7-hour complete course on how to become a successful makeup artist, which is available for enrollment, also linked down below in the description box. I'd also be happy if you share your thoughts on this makeup tutorial and let me know what you want to watch next. Have a nice week and see you in my next tutorial.